Have you ever noticed how some people make friends so easily, while for others, it feels almost impossible? You might think loneliness is just a choice, but psychology tells a very different story. And if you've ever felt left out, invisible, or too anxious to reach out, you're not alone. Struggling to make friends isn't about being shy or unfriendly. It often comes from deeper, hidden challenges. Many people face social anxiety, low self-esteem, or a constant fear of being rejected. On top of that, past experiences like being betrayed, abandoned, or left out can make it really hard to trust others. Because of this, people often end up avoiding social events, hesitating to start conversations, or choosing to be alone, even when they really want connection. If any of this sounds familiar, know that you're not alone, and these patterns aren't your fault. Now let's take a closer look at why making friends can feel so challenging. First, there are internal barriers. This includes things like insecurity, anxiety, or past emotional hurts. These feelings can make you doubt yourself or worry that others won't like you. Imagine wanting to reach out to someone, but feeling as if an invisible wall is blocking your way. That wall isn't real, but in your mind, it can feel impossible to break through. Then there are external factors. Sometimes it's not just about what's happening inside your head. It's also about your environment. You might not meet people who share your interests, or your social opportunities could be limited. Even when you do meet new people, differences in personalities or lifestyles can make connecting feel awkward or frustrating. Over time, these internal and external challenges often create a cycle of loneliness. You want connection, but repeated social setbacks can reinforce your fear and make you more cautious. Each time you hesitate, overthink, or withdraw, the invisible wall feels stronger, and friendship starts to feel out of reach. Here's an interesting fact. Research shows that early experiences of rejection or abandonment can actually shape how we approach friendships later in life. These experiences leave a mark, often without us even realizing it, which is why these patterns can feel so automatic and difficult to change. Let's make this real for a moment because these patterns show up in ways most of us recognize. Maybe you avoid parties or group hangouts because the thought of small talk feels overwhelming or awkward. Or maybe you hesitate to text someone first, even when you really want to connect, worried they might not respond. Perhaps group chats or work meetings leave you anxious, making you overthink every word you say. And sometimes you catch yourself reading too much into tiny social cues, wondering if someone liked or ignored what you said. If any of this sounds familiar, it's not just you. These experiences are surprisingly common, and they often feed themselves, making friendship feel harder than it should be. The good news is that understanding these hidden patterns is the first step toward change. When you begin to recognize why you struggle to form friendships, it takes away some of the power those feelings have over you. Awareness alone can be incredibly freeing. Many people go through life without noticing these subtle patterns in themselves. They assume loneliness is just something they have to accept, or that making friends is simply not meant for them. But the truth is, most of these challenges are learned responses. They can be unlearned. So take a moment to reflect. Think about your own habits and reactions in social situations. Do you avoid parties or gatherings because it feels uncomfortable? Do you hesitate to reach out to someone worried about rejection? Do you overthink your interactions or feel anxious in group conversations? Recognizing these patterns isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding yourself. And once you see them clearly, you can start taking small, intentional steps to change. Awareness is the first bridge from loneliness toward meaningful connection. I'd love to hear from you. Can you recognize any of these patterns in yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hearing your experiences helps all of us feel less alone. If this helped you understand yourself a little better, imagine what else you'll uncover here. Subscribe to MindView so you don't miss the next insight. You might be surprised by how much it shifts the way you see people and yourself.